I know it's time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods for you. Time for operation number 758. That's right. It's show number 758 for the Renegades Puck. And at this moment in hockey history, the Milwaukee Admirals are on to the Central Division Final Playoff Round. How we got there is where we will start. The Milwaukee Admirals defeated the Manitoba Moose in a best-of-5 series in the previous round. Game 1 was a 6-2 blowout by the Milwaukee Admirals. In Game 2, also in Manitoba, it was a 3-2 victory in overtime by the Manitoba Moose. Game 3 saw the series return to Milwaukee, and that's where the Admirals would fall on home ice 3-2, also in overtime, allowing the Manitoba Moose to take a 2-1 lead in the series in a do-or-die back-to-back scenario. On a Friday night, it was the Milwaukee Admirals scoring 5 against the Moose's 3 to tie the series up at 2 games apiece, and then just less than 24 hours later, it was the Milwaukee Admirals in Game 5 defeating the Manitoba Moose 2-1 in regulation to win the series in 5 games. Now, the Texas Stars is the next opponent for the Milwaukee Admirals. The Texas Stars had an easier route to getting to this series. They had a 3-game sweep over Rockford in the previous round. It was on April the 28th when Texas defeated Rockford 5-3, and Rockford followed that up 2 nights later with a 4-1 victory over Rockford, and then on home ice defeated Rockford 4-2, a 3-0 series sweep for the Central Division winning Texas Stars, who finished the regular season with a record of 40, 20, and 9-3. That is good for 92 points. That is 3 points ahead of where the Milwaukee Admirals finished second in the Central Division with a record of 41, 24, 5, and 2. Now, this series is going to be a best of 5, and it's going to begin on Friday night, May the 12th, when Texas will be at Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Admirals do not have home ice advantage. The Texas Stars have home ice advantage in this game, so the first 2 games will take place in Milwaukee on Friday and Saturday. So Texas at Milwaukee in Game 1 to start on Friday night. The Texas Stars and Milwaukee Admirals in Game 2 on Saturday, and then the series shifts to Texas, where the Milwaukee Admirals will face off against the Texas Stars in Game 3 on Wednesday night. Game 4, if necessary, would take place on Friday, May 19th, also in Texas, and Game 5, if necessary, would also take place in Texas on Sunday, May the 21st. Now, when it comes to the regular season series between these two teams, they have played an extensive amount of times. Just like in the previous series against the Manitoba Moose, 8 total regular season matchups against the Texas Stars. Let's go through and run down what happened between the regular season series. It was back on October the 26th when the Admirals scored a 6-5 victory in the shootout. That was in Milwaukee. It was Devin Cooley taking the victory 35 out of 40. Anton Udobin took loss 33 out of 38. Mark Jankowski chipped in with 2 goals. Tomasino, Afanasiev each had a goal in that game. These two teams would play again on November the 29th. It would be the Admirals securing another victory 3-2 over the Texas Stars on home ice. Skarov would pick up the victory going 34 out of 36. Udobin would take the loss again against the Admirals 31 out of 34. It would be Nurmi scoring 2 goals and Sherwood chipping in 1 more goal for the Milwaukee Admirals in the victory. We would go to January the 14th when the Admirals would make their first appearance in Texas, falling 5-4 on January the 14th. It would be Cooley taking the loss, 26 out of 31 in that game. Udobin does start the game but does not finish, 7 out of 11 before being replaced by Murray, who goes 7 out of 7 and picks up the victory. 9 different goal scorers in this game. The two teams would meet again the next night, also in Texas, and it would be Texas securing their biggest victory of the season over the Milwaukee Admirals, 5-0. Askarov took the loss in that one, 28 out of 33. Murray came in relief in the previous game and got the victory, gets the shutout victory in this game, making 27 saves. And just like the previous game where we had 9 different goal scorers, in this game, 5 different goal scorers for the Texas Stars. Two teams would meet for another back-to-back in February. This time it would be on February the 18th, and it would be the Admirals securing a 2-1 victory over the Texas Stars on home ice. Askarov would get the victory 25 out of 26. Murray would take the loss 19 out of 21. Sherwood Evangelista would score goals for the Milwaukee Admirals. On the next night in Milwaukee, Milwaukee. The Admirals would fall on home ice in overtime, 3-2. Cooley would take the loss, going 46 out of 49. Incredible workload for Cooley that night. Poirier got the win, 33 out of 35. These two teams would meet for another back-to-back, this time in the month of March, and this time would be in Texas. Milwaukee Admirals would fall to the Texas Stars on March the 3rd. Askarov would take the loss, 28 out of 33. Poirier would get the win, 32 out of 33. Barber would score 2 goals against Milwaukee. Texas would win the game 5-3. And then the final regular season meeting between the two teams came on March the 4th. It would be Milwaukee getting the victory 3-2 in Texas. It would be Cooley picking up the victory, 35 out of 37. Poirier, 32 out of 35. Afanasiev, Stastny, McCarron, each with a goal for the Milwaukee Admirals. That means at the end of the regular season series, 8 games, the Admirals went 4-3-1 against the division-winning Texas Stars, but in the goals series, 28 for Texas, 23 for Milwaukee in this game. 3-1 on home ice for the Admirals, 1-2-1 on the road. They will have to win at least one road game if they want to win this series and move on to the next round. Now, when it comes to the Milwaukee Admirals, let's talk about their regular season AHL ranks and also what they accomplished in the previous round of the playoffs, and then we will do the same thing for the Texas Stars. Goals for on the season Milwaukee Admirals, 3.31 per game, was 6th best in the AHL. In the goals against category, 2.93 was 8th rated in the entire AHL. Shots for, 30 even, is 17th best. Shots against at 31.1 is 23rd overall in the AHL. The power play for the Milwaukee Admirals was the best in the regular season, rated first at 29.6% conversion rate, and the penalty kill not far behind, rated at 3rd with an 84.3% conversion rate and kill rate. Now, let's talk about in the previous round how the numbers stack up against the regular season. In round 2, the Admirals averaged 3.4 goals per game. In the regular season, 3.31. Right on par, just up a little bit. In the goals against category, in round 2, the Admirals gave up 2.4 goals per game. During the regular season, they gave up 2.93. So that also improved. In the shots for category, the Admirals averaged 30 per game during the season, only 28.6 per game in the 5-game series against the Manitoba Moose. So in that statistical metric, they are down from the regular season, but they are also down right here. Shots against, 31.1 during the regular season, which was 23rd overall, 28.2 against in the best of 5 against Manitoba. So that was an improvement right there over the regular season numbers as well. When it comes to the power play, 29.6% during the regular season, 31% here during the best of 5 against the Manitoba Moose, 5 out of 16. The penalty kill rate during the regular season, 84.3%. Penalty kill rate during the best of 5, 85%, 17 out of 20. So as you can see, the Admirals have either improved or remained virtually even in all of their numbers in the previous series versus their regular season numbers. Now, Askarov is another one I'd like to point out when it comes to stats in the regular season versus stats in the previous round. In the regular season, a record of 26-16-5, a 911 save percentage, a 2.69 goals against average. Now, in the postseason, a record of 3-2, a save percentage of 915, which is up from his regular season numbers, and a goals against of 2.35, which is down from his regular season number. So Askarov is improving now in the postseason over his regular season numbers. And there are others making significant accomplishments and improvements and achievements on the way through the last round against Manitoba Moose. Regular season scoring leader for the Milwaukee Admirals, Schneider had 25 goals and 26 assists for 51 points. Leonard, 17 and 27 for 44. Luke Evangelista, 9 goals, 32 assists for 41 points. Sherwood, 22 goals, 16 assists, 38 points. Gross, 10 goals, 28 assists for 38 points. Tomasino, 12-20 for 32. Del Gaizo, 3 and 28 for 31 out there on the blue line. Now, that's the regular season. Now, let's talk about the playoffs. Now, Gross finished 6th in scoring on the Admirals in the regular season. He finished 1st in scoring and was the player of the series in the first round. 2 goals and 5 assists for 7 points on the series. Sherwood, 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points in the second round. Evangelista, 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points in the previous round. Sanford, 2 and 2 for 4. Delgado, 1 and 2 for 3. Jankowski, Afanasiev, each with 3. And Kemmel, only 2 games skated in the series, but a goal and an assist for 2 points. So as you can see, Gross certainly was nowhere near leading the team in scoring during the regular season, but he is leading the team so far through the first 5 games of the Admirals playoff run in the Calder Cup playoffs. Now, we need to talk about the opponent, the Texas Stars. Texas Stars, highly impressive team. Yes, of course, I already told you that they won the Central Division. They finished ahead of the Milwaukee Admirals by 3 points. So obviously, they have something going for them. And what they really, truly have going for them, their record on the season was 40-29-3, 92 points, first overall in the Central. But when it comes to scoring, goals for per game in the regular season, 3.68 was first best overall in the entirety of the league, 265 total goals. In the goals against category, 2.92 is 7th for the regular season, 210 total goals against. In the shots for category, they are 3rd overall in the AHL, 32.4 in the shots against, 28.4. That is the 4th best metric in that category. On the power play, this is the one spot where the Texas Stars certainly drop off. 18.2% is only 20th rated in the AHL, 48 power play goals for on the season. On the penalty kill, 83.7% kill rate is quite respectable. It is 5th best in the AHL for the regular season, and they have 41 power play goals given up on the season. Now, when it comes to goals, they average more than 4 goals per game in the first round. They scored 5, 4, and 4, and they gave up 3, 1, and 2. So giving up 2 per game, scoring over 4 per game so far. Rockford really did not offer much of a measuring stick when it comes to the series that they just had to face off against the Texas Stars. The Texas Stars just simply ran right through them. I do not anticipate that will be happening in this round. When it comes to stats for the regular season for the Texas Stars, Barber led all scores, 32 goals, impressive number, 32 assists, 64 points, nice, and symmetry there, symmetrical. McKenzie, 22 goals and 32 assists for 54 points, Caro, 17 and 33 for 50, Studemeyer, 21 and 27 for 48, Bork, 20 goals and 27 assists for 47 points right there. Impressive top-end scoring for this Texas Stars team. Then you'll see Blumel at 19 and 25 for 44, and Butcher, 6 goals, 37 assists for 43 points. And in net, Murray, 18, 10, and 5, a 9.11 save percentage, and a 2.37 goals against average. In the playoffs, Murray, 3-0, a 9.29 save percentage, and a goals against average of 2. So his save percentage is up considerably over his regular season 9.11. He also adds 1 shutout to that for the playoffs. In the playoffs, in the last round against Rockford, only a 3-game sample size, but still plenty of scoring for this Texas Stars team. It was Gardner, 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points to lead the Stars. Studemeyer, 2 and 2 for 4. Barber, 2 goals and 1 assist for 3 points. Camo, 2 and 1 for 3. And Kiro, 1 and 2 for 3. And again, I mentioned Murray's 3-0 record with a 9.29 save percentage and 2 goals against on the playoffs so far. Shaping up to be a highly impressive series. These two teams certainly got after each other 8 full times in the regular season, and the Milwaukee Admirals are going to have to improve in their road efforts in this particular series if they want to get out of this round and move on. The Admirals seem to be getting hot at just the right time. Some of their scorers are starting to come around after the first round, a little bit of a slow start, but now things are progressing in the right direction. And Carl Taylor with a couple of extra days now to get everything worked out before Friday night's Game 1. Looking very much forward to this series. I think it's going to be a great series, and for me, I hope the Milwaukee Admirals can advance beyond this round. It's been a hell of a treat covering this team. I've really enjoyed being a part of the Calder Cup playoffs and helping bolster and amplify everything the Milwaukee Admirals are doing. Now, when it comes to the rest of the Calder Cup playoffs in the AHL tournament, we are down to our final 8, so we have 4 total series. Of course, you know about Texas and Milwaukee because we've been previewing that series throughout this entire episode, but also on that side of the bracket, you'll find Calgary and Coachella Valley. They'll get started on a best of 5. Over on the other side of the bracket, Hershey and Hartford, and also Toronto and Rochester. All of those series are getting set to get underway. We'll be covering the entire tournament as we go on through, as we break down each and every Milwaukee Admirals game by game, play by play, giving you stats, analysis, opinions, and the Renegades of Puck will also all be in the trenches helping bolster our coverage here with the Milwaukee Admirals and the Calder Cup playoffs. That should have you all set up. Lots of information right there. Sure to appreciate you jumping in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck.